Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Resonant Rise. My name is Brink. Today we'll be working on the second floor a little bit. Got some stuff planned for this. I did add the Mekanism machines here. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last episode, but I've set up some interfaces above all, and I do believe that I finished putting the export pipe all to go into a tesseract, which will lead to the ME network. Some of the responses from the last episode mentioned that instead of the glass fiber cable, this kind of fiber cable that I had been using for the IndustrialCraft, I could have used the Mekanism universal cable. So I tried it out, and Ultimate Universal, which will allow 12,000 RF per tick, and since it can convert EU to RF, I wouldn't need the MFSU nor the energy cell, which does the translation of the power for me from RF to EU. This is a Mekanism device. All Mekanism devices apparently do the conversion. So just like this cable would do the conversion. The thing is, I needed an MFSU because this would power my quantum suit. Now, another person commented that I could have used charge pads by the IC2, but then I'd have to sit still, AFK there until it charges. I'm not into AFKing too much, so I didn't want to do that. So what I would do if I were to use quantum suits, I would drop off my quantum suit there, grab my secondary suit, and use that for a day or two. But yeah, we decided from the explosion episode that we were not going to be using the quantum suit. I like this suit so much better because of automatic recharging. And since we're near end game, we hardly ever run into hostile mobs that can destroy us. Even if I spend some time in the deep dark, yeah, I survive. I just fly up and I'm okay. So I don't need a quantum suit. So I don't need this MFSU. Now the thing is, I tried it out and it doesn't seem to work. And then I just logged in a few seconds ago and it came to my mind, you know what I'm doing? I'm converting EU to EU through a RF device. Now this can do conversions of RF to EU or EU to RF. But EU to EU, I don't think it does. And so I think that's where my problem was. The recommendation was originally to go from the tesseract, which is an RF device, and then the cable to the machines. So that's what I'd like to try real quick today. You know what? Let's get rid of this MFSU so it's not in the way. We're going to give it a quick try on camera. If it works, then yeah, I will convert it. But I do want to see how fast it was going. And I should have left this here. Let's do this again. I could have used my crescent wrench there, but yeah, the MFSU, we'll put it right here. Let's take a look at the rate. It's going up pretty fast. Maybe 100% every 10 seconds, would you say? Or 5 seconds? It depends. It depends on the amplification because every now and then this drops an amplifier. So I don't know. I would say every 10 seconds it goes to 100%. So okay, let's give it a try. Let's break this and this. Let's get rid of this. I'll just break it like that. And we got our cable here. We'll just connect straight up. And let's see how fast it goes now. Just about the same. Hard to tell. We haven't received a lot of amplification. You know what? I'm going to say this is faster. So, yeah, I will convert it. I don't know if I'm right or wrong about that, whether I do see it going faster or not. But I'm just going to take your word for it and go ahead and wire this whole thing up from the tesseract directly to the machines. And if I have to make more of these cables, I'll have to make more of the cables. No biggie. So this doesn't break, I guess. Let's get rid of it with our pick. Thing is, I don't want to break anything else. It's kind of dangerous, so I got to be careful because these machines, if they break, that's a no-no. Alright, we'll go straight down. That's done. How many cables do we need left? We need one more. So that's cool. Alright, that I can do real quick. Universal. I made a craft for it. And we'll just make one more. Oh, we're out of this. And this I didn't set a craft for, but it's just alloy in a diamond metallurgic infuser, I think it was. Let's see. One of these guys. An alloy in a diamond metallurgic infuser. So let's get this up by... Now I set an interface, so I should be able to do it down here though. I don't know that I want to make a craft for it though. Yeah, let's make a craft for it. Let's see. So this process. Oh, but I need one available. I don't have one. So yeah, let's just make it manual. I don't think we're going to be making a whole lot more of these anyway. So we'll just go here and you know what? I'll make a few. Alright, they are going to go down to the ME system. Okay, I didn't set this correctly apparently. One thing is interesting here. In order for me to access the cabling here by Ender IO, I have to use a crescent wrench or another Ender IO machine or wire. And I don't have the wire or a machine, so I'll use the crescent wrench and then I can access it by right-clicking. And it is set to extract, so why isn't it moving over to the ME system? Oh, the configuration, that's why. Okay, so this... Eject on, auto eject. Does that work? That doesn't work. Okay, I gotta tell it to go down. So, let's see, this is blue colored. Got it. So blue colored goes down. This has to be downward. Like that. There it goes. Okay. So we got to set all of these to blue color. And I think I did the factory machines already, hopefully. Let's just check real quick. No, I didn't. Oops, this one I went too far. There we go. So there is a way to back up. You just hit either the left or the right mouse button. Yeah, so it'll be left 2 times. There we go. And last one. Okay, so that's all set. We can go ahead, head down, and make that cable. And... oh, we're, yeah, ultimate. And craft 1. There we go. So it crafts 8 because that's the minimum. All of these can go. And cool. Alright, all set. All of these are powered with that. I don't know that it makes a whole lot of difference, but I don't mind taking a chance on that. Yeah, we have an injector upgrade and all of my cells are gone that I've made before, so I've been just storing it in the buffer and we're getting kind of close, so we do have to settle something. How are we going to get rid of this? Another comment mentioned that I should use the ME system, store the fluid in here directly instead of in cells, and I've been saving them in cells, so I got 10 of them already. Now, how do we get this out of here? Well, first of all, I knew it would take a long time because I always go for the highest tier storage whenever I do storage. So I went for the 4 meg. And here's the craft for it. And here's one already made. This takes a long time to do. I wish I could show you the craft. Maybe I can. Let's go ahead and pull it up. So just run through it real quick, so you can see how hard the thing is. Alright, it's this one here. So here's the casing. And you can make this as a separate craft. And that's what I did, because you can use this in case you ever break one and want to reuse it. So it's better to go with this recipe rather than this one. And then inside, you have that. Already is getting kind of expensive. Break it down, multiply it. Remember, these are going exponentially. Every time I click one, it's multiplying by 3 times the amount of things that you need. So it turns out, just to make one, it's an amazing amount. Let's see if I can show you just how many. If I want to make just one, it requires 660 logic. And you should keep in mind, though, that for the first one that I had to make manually, I had stored some extras in here. I don't see it. Here's the extra. So that's why it's only 660. It's actually more. But it's looking at this and it knows that it doesn't need to make 660 or thousands. It only needs 660 because I've already made this. But if we take this out, let's check again and see. Fluid storage. And we're going to craft this one. Just one of them. 742. Okay, I thought it was thousands. But even this is an amazing amount. Just the amount of diamonds and pure crystals that it has to make. Yeah, this takes a long time to make. All right, so I just wanted to show you that. This is what we're going to be using. But we're going to need, I don't want to put the fluid storage in this setup here. I want to have a separate setup. And so I'm going to make an ME chest. And I thought I've made one already, but I looked around my base. I couldn't find it. I don't know if I had an extra one, if I made it already. But we'll make one of these, and we have our ender chest. We should find a place to power it somewhere around here. And we can put it right up here, or maybe right on the floor here. And that'll power it. Okay, so we can put this here, and now we got to tell it. Yeah, we got to tell it somehow that we want this particular fluid to come into here. We're going to need a fluid export bus. No, it would be an import bus, wouldn't it? So, import. Let's see if there's a fluid one. There's an essential one. Here it is. So this is going to be a little bit different from what I've made before. Very simple to do, I guess. That's about it. Let's take some ME glass cable just in case I need some extra slack. And we'll take the cell also. The cells. Yeah, we'll take all 10 cells. And we'll see how we can figure this out to get the fluid into the storage here. I'm not quite sure how to do this. It's been a while. Do we put it in here? No, that didn't work. No. Can we put it in there? No. See, these are pointing out. So I guess this is export. This is import. Or do we name it? Let's see. IC2 item cell UU matter. UU matter. It doesn't recognize. How about in here? No. Okay, we're going to have to figure that out. But I do need to put, let's see, this import bus in here. And this here. Did that change anything? Nothing's changed, so it's not picking up a fluid or some random fluid from the network because nothing's in the network, so it's not going to. I guess I'm going to have to move this from here to maybe a bucket or a drum. Let's go check if we can put it in the bucket because I'm pretty sure a bucket will work. And here we go. And just in case it doesn't, let's use a drum. We got a spare drum here. Okay, so how do we get it from here to the bucket? I think what we can do is drop this drum here, smack this here, smack all of them, and hopefully we'll have enough for a bucket. We have 10,000 millibuckets. So we got 10 buckets apparently. So let's put this Oh, we can't pick it up with a bucket. Okay, so maybe just a drum then. Let's grab this drum and smackety smack it in here. We got to look at the top of it though. Do that. Okay, it worked. Okay, so it gave us the clean one or the empty one back, and it stored the fluid. And I wonder how much it's used. One of 5 types of fluids, and it contains the 10,000 millibuckets, the 10 buckets. But how do we retrieve that when we need it? I wonder. Oh yeah, we can put it directly into the replicator when we need it. So the replicator, I'm thinking maybe up here somewhere, or maybe against this wall here. Yeah, that's for future. It doesn't really matter right now. But we can use an export bus into the replicator. And the scanner can be separate. It doesn't have to be nearby it. But that's fine. So everything's working just fine. Now this should send directly into the chest. How do we get it to go to the chest now? Let's see. Which one is a facade? Is this a facade? Yes, it is. So there and there. And this is a what? This is an export bus. Oh, this was sending the cells. The tiny cells. So what we need here, instead of an export bus, is an import bus. So it brings the fluid into the ME network. Let's break this apart. We can't break it in Resonant Rise. So we could, but we'll need the AE2 wrench. And I have one already made. Doesn't really matter. I can crack it open. But yeah, let's grab it just in case I do need to. Let's throw this away here. Why isn't this drum going? What? Why doesn't it go? The memory's not full. Why can't I drop this? There must be something going on with this. Maybe because it was in the ME network? Oh, it vanished. Did it go back in there? Where'd it go? It must be in my inventory as a visual glitch. I'm middle clicking, top and bottom, nothing works. Nothing, okay. Whatever. It's not expensive, I don't mind replacing it. Alright, so we're going to need an import bus for fluids. Same thing we built a second ago. We'll make another one. And here's our import bus. Oh, the ME glass cable just in case again. Alright. We don't need the ME glass cable. We have enough, it looks like. So we'll put this here. And alright. I don't know why this changed color, but it looks like it's working. So let's go check the ME chest to see if it's filled up with more than 10,000. 17 buckets. Okay. So it is collecting just fine. All of that fluid is making its way to the ME network and then back up again into this chest. Perfect. It's working just fine. Alright, we can put this stuff away. And before we get on to our next item, I want to ask you guys a question. It has to do with upstairs. Let's see if we can get some glass here. Don't have any. Well, I have one. Okay, let's make our way out here so we don't have to take so many elevators up here. And I want to show you guys something. I want to start filling in this glass area here, but I'm unsure which one to use. And I'm thinking either black or dark gray so that it'll go with this, or red so it'll go with this. Now that I placed this here, this is the first time I'm seeing this, it doesn't look too bad. I'm kind of liking the red. So what I'm going to do is get a sampling of each of the colors. I'll bring you back after I've laid down a few, and then for the next episode I'd like to start placing them down and I'll go with the majority vote. Whatever you guys think I should go with. Yeah, I think that'll do. So let me go make some of these glass, a couple of samples of them, not all of them. I'm not going to go with pink or yellow. And then I'll bring you back and then we can make a better decision. All right, before I forget, we'll go upstairs in a second, but before I forget, I wanted to show you that our processor is making a whole lot of uranium and yellorium. It's actually increasing, so we are on the positive side. We are doing well. This is going to collect plutonium as it's making waste from these two, and when these run out, it'll hop over to the plutonium. And so the problem is this will never run out because it looks like it's always on the positive trend. It doesn't seem like it's ever going to go down. So actually we are OP at the moment. All right, let's go upstairs and see what I did. I've made 3 samples of the Tinker glass. I've made the red, which I'm liking a whole lot. I am really liking this red. I made the clear, which will let us see the sky a little bit better. But we have these lines across. But we do have the clarity, which I like a lot. And then the last sampling that I did, I looked at the other colors, but I didn't like them, so I just converted them back into this color. This dark gray does go with some parts of the building. As you can see, it'll sort of make sense with the grays that are in the rest of the building. The problem is that it is dark. Secondly, the lines really stand out since the lines show up as black, as opposed to the lines showing up as a gray and a white. So gray and white against the sky shouldn't show as much as black lines. Imagine all of this with that glass. You'll see a lot of black lines. Now, these have lines, red lines across, but I am kind of thinking of showing you guys something that I have in Creative. And I'm going to take you over there real quick. Let's go there right now. Alright, so here we are. Now, this is what I built, a little dome using this special glass. And you can see that it's very clear from the inside. Hardly any lines because all of the edges are facing outward. But when you go on the outside facing in, you get these edges. As long as you have a glass on the other side of one glass you're looking at, you're going to get these edges. And I don't see it as too bad. It doesn't look that bad, I don't think. Even from far away, it has a nice picture to it. It shows that there is a curve and it's not just flat. So I think I like this. Let me show you what this is. It's redstone essence glass. If we take a look at it, let me just go to survival mode here for a second. And redstone essence. I have loads of these that have been collecting from my magical essence, my magical crops farm, and we can make a whole slew of glass. So I think we can make a craft for it and fill in the roof. What do you guys think about that? Let's head back for a second, and I think we can give it a try and make a few just to see what it looks like. Yeah, let's go back. Okay, we're back, guys. I set a craft to start on the glass and make 1,000 of them. I don't know if that's enough. I hope it is. We have redstone here. We have 1,204. I'm not sure if that's gonna. Yeah, that should do it because the glass encircles this. So each one of these will make 1 or make 8 glass. So let's grab some of this glass. And we'll smackety smack a stack here. Let's go upstairs all the way up. Here we are. And I'm going to get a line going of these. And I'll bring you back in just 1 second. Let me just see how this looks. Alright, so I placed the last block here. Let's turn this off. And you can see how this is going so far. Now, the red that you're seeing all around is actually the builder's guide that was dyed red with this. And there's very little blocks that I've done. It's just to get an idea of what we're doing here. So let's turn this off. We'll turn the builder's guide off just so we can see what's going on out here. And we may have to make it daytime, but this is what I've done so far with the builder's guide. And you can see that you can see clearly through it, without too many obstructing lines around. I mean, there are shades. You can clearly see that there are dark and lighter red colors, but I don't think it takes away from what we're seeing inside. I mean, if you can imagine the whole thing filled in, this is going to take a while to do, at least even one section, because it's hard to see with the builder's guide lines and everything. I tried dyeing it, and it does help a little bit more with any color dye. The red does really make it stand out when I set the builder's guide to red. Yeah, I had to break through the capacitor bank in order to get in here and get to the center to mark it off correctly so that it has the same dimensions along each of these ends, including the top part. So, and the center is right here at this block, not here, not here, but at this block here. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to finish this, get it done for the next episode. Next episode, I'll show you what I've done, and then we can make a better decision there. All right, guys, I'm going to call it quits here. It's been a long episode. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.